Hey folks, this is the other Barak coming to you live and direct from an undisclosed location. We have a video of Loay Alshareef. You can't miss this, talking to the streets of the UK in support of Israel. Let's stick around for the whole thing and talk about it.
I wish those who are marching now for Quds Day would hear an Arab and a Muslim voice telling them the truth that many of them don't really know. But let me just give you some hope. The 17-year-old Loay would march with them, repeat their lies, and say so many things that they say without realizing the truth. But now, let me unveil it to you and educate many of those who are not educated. When it comes from an Arab and a Muslim voice, it is absolutely different. I spent this Purim in Jerusalem, the eternal capital of Israel, not decreed by Donald J. Trump, but decreed by King David, the King of Israel, who 1.8 billion Muslims revere, honor, but dishonor his heritage. Al-Quds as a name, finding out its etymology, reveals the legitimacy of Israel. Let me tell you how. And this should be your guide to your Muslim friends and to your Arab friends who say otherwise. Jerusalem was always known as Yerushalayim, Shel Zahav. But then, the Romans, when they kicked the Jews out of their ancestral homeland, they provoked the Jews and decided to change its name to Ilia Capitolina. When Islam was introduced to the world in the 6th century, when Muslims conquered Jerusalem, they knew it as the name Ilia. They never knew the name Quds. Quds comes from the Arabic word Bayt al-Maqdis, which originates from the Hebrew word Beit HaMikdash, which is the Jewish temple. It is so crazy that those people are marching, saying Quds, and not knowing they are actually marching for the Jewish temple Beit HaMikdash. So maybe they are calling to rebuild the third temple, I don't know. Maybe. But education is power, and we need to educate those who are marching. May God change their hearts and minds to learn the truth as I learned the truth. Jerusalem is the eternal capital of Israel by King David. May God bless Jerusalem. May God bless the Jewish people, and may God bless the UK, and may God bless the King. Thank you so much.
Facts. You know, every time that I go on like a thread on Twitter and I see a pro-Palestinian try to reply to somebody who's defending Israel, they always give the analogy. They're like, what would you do if somebody came into your house, took you out of your house, destroyed the house, you were there first? What would you do to them? Would you fight back? Would you try and fight for your house? Like, they portray that as the sort of the example of what Israel is quote unquote doing to the Palestinian people inside of the Gaza Strip, aka land grab, aka ethnic cleansing, aka running an apartheid state or an open air prison. But isn't that the same card that I should be pulling, talking about Israeli people, talking about the land of Israel, the nation of Israel? Like, King David established the first kingdom of Israel before Islam became a religion, came into fruition. So I don't understand why there's a debate of who was here first. That conversation doesn't solve the conflict. Just because somebody agrees that King David was here first, or somebody agrees that the kingdom of Israel was here prior to Palestine, it doesn't mean it solves the conflict. But the analogy that's given in 2025 is that only Israel applies a policy of ethnic cleansing the Palestinian people as if there's no context prior to 2025, 2023, 2024. So I just find it kind of awkward that the analogy given to people who support Israel's right to defend itself is the exact analogy that I should be giving to those who don't support Israel. The same way that people who are shouting that in the street have no idea that they are paying dues and respect to Israel. It blows my mind. It really does blow my mind. It's also very telling because I feel like a lot of people do not do their due diligence to understand this conflict pre-2023, pre-October 7th. I always say, like, we have to stop opening the book on chapter 9. Like, you don't open a book in the middle. You have to start from the table of contents, and then you read chapter 1 through chapter 9 to understand why chapter 9 is the way it is, why chapter 9 is chapter 9. Chapters 1 through 8 set the stage. The evolution of time, the creation of the world set the stage to where we are today. Everything didn't just start 2 years ago on October 7th. A lot of people somehow think it did, but that's beyond me. If you want to continue the conversation, you can support my work for free. Discord does not cost a thing. It is the best way to connect with me and others who are seeking the truth. The link is in the description. But if you want to take it one step further, my Patreon gives you access to the Israel you don't see, uncovering the untold stories of what mainstream media does not show you. The link is in the description, and it helps me to continue this work. Or if you're just looking to help this thing go, PayPal and Buy Me a Coffee is a really easy way to support me. This channel, this work does not happen without all of you. Thank you. I love you. I'll see you next time.